Hi guys, welcome to another beer review, and yes, apparently I went back to 1977 and became a crooked used car dealer, and I'm also going to snitch on you as soon as the police come round because I'm a shithouse. Anyway, today we're venturing over to Cloudwater and we're having a look at a can of the windows were golden. Get that centered. And vibration, always a good sign. As soon as I come in, just loads of notifications apparently. Anyway, so this is clocking in at 4.4% ABV, so I believe this is a single hop pale ale. So in the early morning light, houses nestled in the hills around Little Kaiteriteri Beach, not said that correctly, glow bright. Gold, can't read either. A short drive north of Rivaka, both a place in New Zealand's South Island and name to the fragrant hop featured in this single hop pale ale. Kaiteritenen, I don't know how that's pronounced, don't know if you could read that with this awful camera. Apologies to any potential people watching this from New Zealand. Viewers from New Zealand, say it a little bit nicer than that. Shores were lapped by waves, reduced to a mere whisper, as if they too enjoyed early morning peace and quiet. So this is a Riwaka Pale Ale, clocking in at 4.4%, and photography comes from Paul Jones. That is Mr. Cloudwater, isn't it? So I'm liking the recent cans that have been showcased in photography. I think they're looking really good. I picked this up from the tap room. Picked up a couple of beers. I picked up one to send to my good friend Craig. And I also tried a couple of cans of the soda that they've done, which was intriguing. And it raised a few eyebrows in work because people actually thought I was drinking beer in the middle of a call centre. But alas, I was not, and they were interested, so I'm going to definitely pick them up again and do a review. Flavour-wise, I'd like maybe a berry sort of one, or I don't know. But yeah, they were tasting like non-alcoholic beers, so they still had that like beer character because they were hopped and that sort of thing. But they were just really, really interesting. I think they had the green tea and Simcoe, and then the mango citrus sour, and yeah, they were both tasting like actual beer even though they were sodas, and tasting a lot better than 99.9% of the alcohol-free beers that I've tried. Anyway, vibrations aside, let's get this open and see what we get. It's not actually been in the fridge that long, to be honest, but I'm really in the mood for a beer while I'm cooking myself some food. But I do have a double IPA in the fridge, which I'll probably pop open tonight, even though I'm in work at 9 tomorrow. But you know what, I could be drinking a lot worse, even though I do still drink stuff like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. I'm more of a Pepsi person. Although you will probably be seeing a video of the black Fanta that came out, which I'm looking forward to trying because I think it's got like blood orange in and it's coloured black. I actually bought it because I thought it was like, you could get that in like Germany, the Spätzle, which is like cola mixed with orange. There's a really good brand from Coca-Cola called Mezzo Mix, and then there's a really good brand from Pepsi called Schwip Schwap, which I just love the name of it, Schwip Schwap. And yeah, I'd love to be able to get hold of Club Marta or Clubmate. I can't remember how it's properly pronounced. A lot easier. I have seen it in a few bottle shops. Picked up a couple of bottles from not Tilt, Clink in Birmingham, and I know sometimes the craft beer shops will stock them. Anyway, we're not here to talk about sodas or German soft drinks. We're here to talk about beer, and it's looking really nice so far. It's got a nice deep orange hue to it. Obviously the light's catching it a little bit nicer on camera, so it looks a little bit more luminous. But yeah, that at a 4.4% pale is looking really nice and dense. It is looking like blood orange juice, to be honest, with a bit of grapefruit juice. So nice and hazy. Beer poured with about one finger's worth of a white foamy head, and shock horror. Brewery appropriate glassware. I would wear my Cloudwater t-shirt, but it's pretty much see-through, and I stupidly bought a large when I should be buying a double XL, which is not very nice to say out loud, to be honest. Anyway, let's see what we get on the nose, all body issues aside. And it's got a little bit of a tartness coming through. There's a little bit of blood orange, mango, very subtle citrusy tropical vibes. A little bit of a savoury, oniony, garlicky character, but it's really in the background. It's not a domineering character. It doesn't jump out in your face. But yeah, it is smelling like a fruited soft drink. Smelling really nice and appetizing. Appetizing, I should say. And it is a little bit cooler in the house, so it's not exactly, you know, classically room temperature. That would be a good name for a beer. Anyway, it's smelling really damn good. I don't think I've had this hop before, and I've not had a single hop beer for a while, so I'm looking forward to seeing what I get from this one. Anyway, without any further ado, let's give it a taste. Cheers. Ah, it's interesting. I'd say it's more sweet citrusy than anything else. Although that being said, there's a really strong, almost herbal character coming through towards the back end, and then you get a nice earthy bitterness. Very subtle tropical tones. A little bit of a sticky, resiny character coming through. The body is a little bit thinner than I was expecting. But then again, it is only 4.4% pale ale, so I suppose in the context of the style, it's got a nice medium mouthfeel. So I'm not going to complain about having a thin mouthfeel or anything like that. It's just the way it was pouring and how dense it was. I had preconceptions that it'd be a little bit thicker, a little bit gloopier, but I'm not going to complain about that. Really interesting stuff. Yeah, it's the more I'm drinking it, the more of a savoury element is coming out. And it almost has like sort of it's going to sound so weird, but it's got like the flavour of like a serrano ham or like a chorizo. I could imagine this would go really, really well with like a nice Mediterranean dish. Or it would complement a pumpkin soup nicely. It's got autumnal feels to it. It really, really does. But at the same time, it's not a heavy taste of it. It's actually really nice and refreshing. I've never really had the best experience with New Zealand hops, to be honest. I've always been a little bit let down. I don't know why. It's just the ones that I've had, I think the hop utilisation has just been a little bit And I'm thinking, are New Zealand hops really that good? Of course they are. Or else, you know, breweries just wouldn't use them. And there are big fan bases out there. So, to me, it's not the best pale ale that Cloudwater have done. As a single hop pale ale, it's definitely an intriguing experience. Because it's definitely got characteristics that are familiar, but I've not picked up before, and I'm really actually pleasantly surprised at how savoury and herbal it is. And meaty. It's got like a meaty character, which I do really like. So let's quickly read what it says on the back. Powerful resinous notes. This is the aroma and flavour. And grapefruit zest. Give way to passion fruit and tangy rhubarb. Not really getting that on the flavour, but it's got that sort of, you know, those rhubarb sweets on the nose. I'm getting a little bit of that. But that's, of course, power of suggestion. Body is light, but with a smooth, juicy profile, leading to a short finish. I'd agree with that. Although it is, I wouldn't say it's like a juicy mouthfeel. And then aftertaste is resinous notes linger alongside light, zingy passion fruit. Not really getting too much of that on the back end. But I am happy with that. It's a tasty little brew. In terms of a rating, would I go out my way to pick up again? I think that 1 can or 1/3 or 2/3 of that is enough. For me personally, I wouldn't really want to, I'm not inclined to, buy another can or craving for, fresh off tap. But I would happily have it again if the choice was there. And I'm really intrigued by single hop IPAs and pale ales. And I think they've done an interesting job here. So 7 out of 10 is usually that threshold for me to want to try again. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. There are some people who drink this, they'll probably enjoy it a lot more than I do. And there are people who won't like it as much as I do. That's like everything, to be honest. But yeah, I can imagine this being quite a divisive conversation starter. So yeah, interesting stuff indeed. So that's Cloudwater's The Windows Were Golden. It's getting a bit darker in here now, so we'll cut this video short. If you've tried it, then let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Are you a fan of this hop? Are you a fan of single hopped beers in general? I'd love to hear your thoughts, opinions. But yeah, for the right person, this is like an all-day sessioner, and you wouldn't feel too bad afterwards. And I think they've done a really good job at 4.4%, and it's still being a pale ale. So I'm not going to detract too much, but I'm not exactly, jumping or, splitting at the seams with excitement and ecstasy with this one. Anyway, enough of my lack of, we won't go there. Thanks for watching. If you tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions. Go check out Cloudwater. Go check out my Cloudwater playlist. They're slowly becoming a brewery that I'm buying a lot more beers from because I'm going to Manchester. It's almost seeming like every other week or third weekend. I love going into Manchester and I picked up some nice beers. So look out for those in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers.